Here it is, June 21st, 2011, a day to put down in your calendar. This is probably one of the benchmarks in the history of Sawdust City Brewing. This is our first test brew here at Niagara College. The folks here have been so kind to us and allowed us to use their pilot system. Big shout out to everybody there, especially John Downing and his crew here. And Sam, what were we test brewing today?
Today it was the first day of summer, so we thought it'd be a great day to do the summer wheat beer, which is our Golden Beach Pale Wheat. It's a fantastic light summer beer that's going to be loaded with hops and a nice low alcohol, so you'll be able to drink a lot of it. I think it'll be a great addition to the Sawdust City Brewing stable.
But it's not going to taste like a light beer.
No, there's lots of hop flavor in there. Not very bitter. We kept all the hop additions to the end, so you get a lot of aroma and flavor, but not a lot of that harsh bitterness. So it's totally a sessionable beer.
And so we're going to go in and we're going to brew this up, and you're going to follow us through this process. It's going to be an awesome, historic day for Sawdust City Brewing Company. Let's get going, man.
Come inside.
Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah. Golden Beach Summer Wheat is actually named after the road I grew up on in Bracebridge called Golden Beach Road. It's just something close to home. It represents Muskoka and cottage country to me. People in Muskoka will appreciate seeing something from their hometown in a beer.
They taste fantastic.
We're going to be using 3 different types of hops, Sriracha Ace, Amarillo, and Centennial. It's going to be something you're going to have a lot of on the patio, so hopefully on that rooftop patio we're going to have at Sawdust City, this will be the perfect summer slammer. I'm excited. It's a little bit of fear, a little bit of trepidation because it is something new, but this is something I've been building forward for many years. This is why I left my job to go start being a brewer. 2-row is usually the base malt for most beers. So we wanted a low color. The color of this beer is going to be very pale. The wheat will give it a haziness. It's not going to be filtered. It's supposed to look like a summer's day, a long summer August day. We're going to mash in or dough in. We're going to convert all the starches in our malts into usable sugars. How long does the mash rest for? Do you usually do?
At least 45 minutes.
The stir, we're up to 63.5. We're going to check to see if all the starch has been converted to the usable sugars. We'll do an iodine test. If it turns purple, we've got to keep going. If it stays the same color of iodine, it's all been converted. And we can move on to the lautering process, which we separate the grains from the wort. You can see the exposed grain bed. Right now we're just taking the rest of the clarified wort, putting it back on top. Right now he's bringing it over to the kettle, and we're going to start the vorloftings, where we're going to take all the wort that's on the bottom and place it back on top of the bed. So this is the spent grain that's left over after we separated the wort from the grain, and this grain can be used to feed animals or for baking. Okay, so we're going to throw in the first addition of our flavor and aroma hops. And we don't want that bitterness. We just want a really punchy hop flavor and aroma, so we're going to get some lemon, some citrus, and a lot of floral, and if it pans out, it's going to be fantastic. So here we go. Well, this is the flavor addition of the Sriracha, so hopefully this will give us a little bit of lemon and that real lemongrassy flavor. Take the boiling wort and reduce it to pitching temperature as fast as possible so that we don't get any off flavors. So we're going to fill this with ice, and as it passes down this coil slowly, it's going to dissipate the temperature, and hopefully by the time it leaves out this here tube and into the fermenter, it's 22 degrees and we can pitch our yeast, and life is good. Oh, sorry, boss. So now we're going to pitch the yeast, and we're going to turn all the sugar in there into yeast poo. And we're going to have some alcohol and some carbonation. You need to get oxygen in there too, because the yeast needs to have oxygen. This is going to be unfiltered, so we're just going to force carbonate it, and we'll bottle it off, probably 5 or 6 cases of 650 ml bottles with the Sawdust City branding on it, and then we'll all have to do the fun part, which is drink it. It'll be ready for summertime, so we'll still be able to enjoy it on a patio, and I think that it'll be a favorite at the Sawdust City.
Wow, longest day of the year, but time sure flew by.
Well, we made our first beer, got it under our belts.
We gotta wait a week to taste it.
That is a week of anticipation.
Let's go get a beer.
Let's do it.
All right.